Uh-oh. Ah, ah, ah. Uh-oh.
Does everybody know what time it is?
Home and podcast time.
Well, that's right. Benford Tools is proud to present a home improvement podcast. My name is Adam. You'll know my co-host, Jordan. Happy New Year, Jordan.
Happy New Year. It's the 2020 edition of Home and Podcast. Audience, do we sound any different?
Probably. Well, you sound a year older, and I'm about to turn 30 here. So we've really matured throughout the run, I'd say.
I think we can start soliciting birthday gifts now for your March birthday. What do you think? I'm not going to tell the date because I feel like that's just too much.
Yeah, right. I don't
too much information for our creepy listeners.
Yeah, all those super fans out there. Yeah, that's fine. Any home improvement or just regular gifts you want to send, my address is 60. No, I'm just kidding.
Cash only, please.
Yeah, cash only. Or like those Visa cards that people give that are essentially just cash.
It's funny because you have to pay like a $4.95 activation fee with those.
Yeah.
It's just why don't you just give them cash? Or
That's bad business, Jordan. That's bad business. You're right.
Visa wins in the end, and I don't think we need that.
I don't think we want that because you know what, man? In 2020, I'm going
down with the fat cats.
I'm just saying it. Yeah, no more big business. Down with the corporate fat cats lining their pockets. Well, we're here rubbing two sticks together and trying to start a fire. I don't think so. Jordan, 2020, we will end. I don't know what we're going to end up doing.
This is the last year of Home Podcast.
Well, we'll see about that. This is the last year
what do you mean?
Home and Podcast doing episodic reviews of home improvement. Things.
Are we gonna come back like every 3 months and do an episode on?
I think we should leave the door open. I think it'd be a mistake to say we're done forever. Because
I'm pretty adamant about closing this door.
Well, I'll just record solo ones without you, and they'll get double the downloads.
It'll be just like The Office when Michael left. It'll just be way less entertaining.
Yeah, but still have some laughs.
That's true. That's true. It's not nothing, but it is.
No matter how it shakes out, Home and Podcast after 2020 will never be the same again, one way or another. So it's our last year. Truth? We're gonna make it friggin' count, my man.
Oh man, we have so many big plans that we haven't talked about.
Is that right? Yeah.
Well, you did talk about your one resolution, kind of since we've started the podcast, is get Tim Allen on the show.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
Any closer to that than I did the day we started.
I feel further somehow.
Yeah, I guess it's because we had hope in the beginning, and now I just know like he seems like it's like an unpenetrable force. Like I don't know how to get to him.
Also, I feel like PR and Richard Karn, like if we got him interested, he would check with them and they'd be like, yeah, don't interview with these two jokers. So
you think they'd say that?
I think maybe one of them would.
Yeah, I think maybe one of them would, but one of them would be solid. So I don't think it's going to happen. I still hold out hope that we can get Zachary Ty Bryan, but time will tell, Jordan. We do have huge plans this year. Everything's going to change. It's never going to be the same again. We're going to restructure everything.
Blowout.
It's going to be crazy. No, I expect it'll very much be the same. But, I'm happy to be here in 2020 talking to you.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Did you have a good break? I know your parents came to visit. I'm sure you talked a lot about this podcast and things related to this podcast. So
I almost never bring up this podcast if I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
So I really only talk about it with you. So no, it did not come up. When people bring it up, I generally try to change the subject. So, it was good. We haven't spoken in a long time. Yeah, Christmas was good. New Year's was good. Had a nice long break. Back to work. January, dreary, kind of depressed. So I'm glad to be talking with you. It gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah, every Friday or every week we've got something interesting to talk about, and not every episode is going to be a Goofy movie episode where we just have like a rip roaring time because
that was a good one.
It was a good one, yeah, on Patreon. So, but there's still good episodes to be had in Home Improvement, and I think
wouldn't say we're talking about one today.
Well, I guess we should get into it, don't you think?
I expected you to have more to say to me in the beginning.
I will say, so over Christmas break, you know how Tool Time or Home Improvement just shows up in very unexpected places?
Yeah, I did.
One that happened to me was Christmas Day, actually. I was watching the Lakers and Clippers, and you know how they play little ditties as people bring the ball up the court and whatnot? They were playing the Tool Time theme song, or the Home Improvement theme song.
Get out of town, really?
Yeah, it was just, like 5 seconds of it, but I know that sound anywhere.
And where were they specifically again?
I mean, they were in LA, so I think the Lakers were.
Do you think Tim
home?
Allen showed up on the Jumbotron and we just didn't see it and they're like, hey, the tribute?
Well, at those games, they usually do the pan around to who's here, and they did not show him. And I think if he was there, they would have.
They would have shown him. He's of that level. That is interesting, Jordan. I didn't watch any of the games.
I was flying during most of the day, but I was able to tune into that one.
Okay, yeah, I don't think it was a very good slate from what I saw. I know
that game was entertaining. The other games, not so much.
My hometown Bucks kind of dropped the ball, but that's all right. They're still pretty good. So
they had their mind on their Christmas presents.
That's right. Giannis was thinking about his stocking, his stocking stuffers. Home improvement for me over break. I'm trying to think if it came up at all. We've been doing some big things on Twitter, so I've been interacting with that, but. Not going back to Michigan, I didn't quite get that home improvement. I don't know, just didn't have that feeling over break. But
did you watch the Santa Claus before or after Christmas?
I did watch the Santa Claus before Christmas, and I think I was doing a Disney Plus trial. I think the second one auto played, so I caught a little bit of that too, and made me a little sick.
You scrambled for the remote.
Made me a little sick to my stomach.
Threw your TV out the window.
I saw that. The fake Santa with the plastic face, and it gave me night terrors. No, it was a good break, good Christmas, good New Year's even. But Jordan, like I keep saying, I've missed this. I'm glad to be back here with you, and I will be sad that this is our last year as the podcast is currently.
But you know what? We do have some plans that we've talked about. We won't talk about them on air just because. You have to you don't want to make promises you can't keep.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because this is the end of our podcast doesn't mean it's the end of our friendship.
Well, it's the end of this version, at least, huh, Jordan?
And what a version it is.
All right, we can get into it now. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Episode 161, The Dating Game. This one was written by Lori Gelman. Let's hear it.
Gelman!
Yep.
You're crazy. It's me, Regis.
Like clockwork.
Gelman, you're nuts. You're nutso.
The feminine mistake was the last one that Lori wrote. If you recall, Brad was having Angela do some chores. Not a great look for Brad.
No, not a great look.
Not a great look. This one aired December 9th, 1997. Title reference is the 1965 game show. I guess it's a game show. The Dating Game. I did read just very briefly that Jim Carrey was on that show. That's kind of interesting to me.
Not the 1965 version.
No. It was a long-running show, of course.
Yeah, I think maybe John Hamm was also on it at one point. I think I remember hearing that. So, a couple of studs. A couple of our current hotties, Jim Carrey and John Hamm.
What's John Hamm doing nowadays?
He's like a lot of supporting roles in movies. He's going to be in the new Top Gun that comes out this year. He's in the new Clint Eastwood movie. He's busy, Jordan. He's busy. He's not Don Draper,
Yeah. He's just not necessarily the main face of anything. That's all right. Doesn't have to be. He's just in it for fun now.
You think you could get him on the podcast?
John Hamm, I bet he has some things to say about home improvement.
I bet he does.
That should be our next angle. Just start getting people who aren't even affiliated with the show and get their thoughts.
Who do you think we could get? Who do you think would be easier to get, John Hamm or Tim Allen?
Probably John Hamm.
I think a little bit easier.
I think he'd be up for it.
Because it's just such an oddity. He's like, I got to see what these.
It wouldn't be like the Adam Driver thing where he doesn't want to talk about his acting performances or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And maybe that's what we got with Tim right now.
It hasn't seemed that way in other venues and publications, but yeah.
If we ever interviewed him and he stormed off the set, that would be a banner moment for us.
That would be, yeah.
Like we have a set as well.
I do mine from a set. Yeah, soundproof room too. Can't you tell when the sirens,
the cats,
and dogs, and cats and stuff? Yeah.
Co-host the cat. All right. Alternative titles. I've got 3.
I have 4.
All right, go ahead.
A double date, mate.
All right. All the single laddies. All the single laddies.
Okay. This one sucks. Borland the Bachelor.
Yeah, it's not great.
Not really.
But get ready for this one. Liar, liar, sexy pants on fire.
What is that?
They talk about Tim's sexy pants all episode.
Oh, yeah. I should say that I watched this 5 days ago on my phone in a busy coffee shop and was very distracted. So if I don't seem to remember certain things, yet I have more notes than usual because I think I was trying to compensate for the lack of, attention.
What was going on in this coffee shop?
A lot. It's a good coffee shop. It's just a lot going on.
Also, why were you watching in a coffee shop?
Kirsten and I were there, and I was doing some work, and then my laptop died, and I couldn't get access to outlet, so I knew I had to do this, so I watched it on my phone. It wasn't optimal, but
you know what? We'll see if this episode's optimal.
All right, we will. All right, my next one. Tim the Wingman Taylor.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
My last one is how Al got his groove back.
You've done something like that before.
You say that all the time,
I
but
know,
you know what? We've been recording for 5 years, and I don't care.
All right, okay. This is my last one. I'm feeling pretty good about it, too. It's a singing one. All right, here we go. Everybody in the club getting Timsy.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Everybody in the club. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right.
That's the next joint. We're going to break out jamming at the club with... Who was that? Jaquan? I don't remember.
Oh, you're asking the wrong... I thought it was 50 Cent.
No. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man.
All right, we're finding out right now.
Ask your brother. Ask your brother who loves rap and bikes.
He likes more than just rap. Jaquan, yep.
Jake, is that Jake Quan or Jaquan?
J, just the letter Quan.
Be cool if it was Jake Quan.
Well, that's cool. Let's just, that should give our audience an idea of how much rap I have from, I don't know, the 2000s and 90s.
Jordan loved rap and rap music, and I like it a little bit, but apparently not that much. Have you seen the 50 Cent movie Get Rich or Die Trying?
No, have you?
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
You've seen every movie.
Yeah, I even watch movies about things I don't like, so that's just I can say I saw.
Just can't get you to Avengers Endgame, though.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Yeah, I heard what happened, so I don't need to see it.
All right, well, it was worth it for me.
I saw the trailer you watched it twice?
And right now I'm in the middle of the documentary, or the director's commentary.
Isn't it like 3 hours?
Yeah.
I
saw it once in the theaters and then once on Disney Plus.
I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, my favorite film of the year, 3 times, so I guess it's, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of judgment with you saying, you seen it twice?
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have done that. I saw the trailer for Black Widow. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
God, it looks horrible.
Yeah, I don't remember what the trailer's like.
Oh,
but,
it looks so bad. Why would anyone be excited for that? What a bunch of losers. Why would anyone get excited for something so stupid? No.
Hey, I'm going to end up watching it. I just doubt it will be in theaters.
Yeah, I won't watch it ever.
You won't watch anything.
I'll watch...
Marvel movies you've watched.
We can't. That's too long. I will watch the new Wonder Woman. That comes out this year, right?
I have not really stayed abreast of any DC comics.
I think it comes out in the summer. I'll watch that. And are they going to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
They are. I think that's in 2021, though.
I will watch that. What might be it for me?
Superhero movies in general.
That's it. And then, yeah,
You seem like a Doctor Strange 2 type of guy. Apparently that's supposed to be a horror movie.
I was not impressed with the first one.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, back to Home Improvement.
All right. Episode walkthrough time.
Go ahead.
All right. We're going to open backstage on Tool Time. And we've talked this, I don't know, I feel like season and a half about how Al hasn't really had a lot to do. And we're going to get an Al-centric episode this week. And he's currently working on his hair. I don't know what he's been doing. I don't know if he's using a new shampoo or something.
Volumizing shampoos.
There you go. Heidi can tell. And then they're having a little bit of banter back and forth. She ran into Eileen at the health club, and Eileen's already engaged.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
So many times that happens to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that can, I don't know about getting engaged, but, you're in a relationship, somebody breaks it off, you break it off, and then the person's quickly with somebody else, and it's heartbreaking for the person that is not with somebody else, which in this case is Al.
Al is not heartbroken.
I'm not speaking from experience. Never happened to me.
Al is, he's gonna say that he's not heartbroken because she's like happy and with someone. He just feels like all of a sudden now he's stagnant. He's comparing his life to Eileen's, and now he hasn't gotten back out on the dating scene yet.
Well, in his defense, he hasn't even been in any episodes this season, so how's he supposed to do anything?
Yeah. Besides, I mean, is this the first Al-centric episode since they broke off the wedding?
I don't know. It seems like the answer would be yes, unless there's something I'm forgetting. I mean, yeah.
Our super sleuths will let us know.
Yeah, all you potties out there, let us know. Yeah, so that's the opening scene, right?
Yeah, it's short and sweet.
All right, tool time. Show starts. Al's troubled.
Oh, man, you can tell right away. He's just off.
He is off. They are... What are they doing with tools?
Sharpening tools.
Okay, yeah, my notes are good. What are they doing? Something with tools on tool time, I think.
They have tools.
They're sharpening tools. Al's drawing a lot of analogies and comparisons between his life and the dulling of the tools. He's really out of it. And Tim, he's trying to just do his job and have a regular show. Al laments that he's almost 40. He's single, which, hey, wouldn't be a great feeling. And it kind of goes on for a while, and then he ruins a tool.
yeah, he's kind of like giving demos, and he's just very bored and unenthused. And yeah, they built up this really expensive chef knife for a while, and he puts it into the sharpening machine, and it comes out just barely even visible. So, Adam, would you say this is a subversion of tool time norms?
Because you're used to Tim messing up and it's Al.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I gotta call this a subversion, Jordan.
Class A subversion.
I do like subversions usually. Again, because I watch this on my phone in a coffee shop, I don't know that it quite hit me as hard as it should have. But now that you mention it, that's a good subversion.
Yeah, it hit me very hard. I went out of control after this.
Now that this knife is ruined, you know what they need? They need to talk to somebody from Cutco. Get a new set of knives.
Somebody's gonna knock on their door momentarily.
Anybody know any high schoolers trying to make some money? All
right. Post show, Tim is talking to Al and learns about Eileen and what's going on. Al, like I said earlier, Al says he's over her, but he's really bummed with his own progress. I guess we're to believe that. I guess I don't really believe that. But they say something...
Why don't you believe that, Jordan? What do you mean?
I mean, he's just so affected by hearing this news that, there's got to be a part of him that is a bit jealous, a bit upset.
Okay.
And
all right.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. I thought you didn't buy that he would be sad, and I was thinking, well, I don't know how else you'd react, but don't you think
Joyful.
Al? Yeah, I don't know. Don't you think Al is just maybe in general a little bit of a baby?
I think he's a little bit Eeyore-ish, He's just down in the dumps. Actually, no. He doesn't
have a lot of resolve.
I would say that, but he also can flip really quickly. I feel like he just gets really happy one moment.
He's manic.
Manic, that's what I'm thinking. Manic, that's the word I was looking for. Because we're going to get this later when, I think it's the next scene, Al is there and just super excited about the dinner.
Would you say Al is bipolar?
I don't know, but he might need some medication.
There was this girl on my floor freshman year that lived a couple doors down from me, and she would always talk about how she was bipolar, but what it actually was she just would drink too much and then cry. But she was like, I can't help it, I'm bipolar. I mean, what do you want me to do? But it was really not that she was bipolar, I think, as so much as that she would just drink too much. So I don't know if that is related to anything, but it did just pop into my mind. So.
I imagine if you are bipolar, that alcohol is not going to help that matter.
Okay, so you're saying maybe she was. Well, okay. I guess I'll if you're listening, you know who you are. Please reach out.
Oh boy. What a new year it is. They do say something in this scene, getting back to the scene, that you like to say a lot, and they're talking about getting back in the saddle.
Oh, man. Yeah, I of course picked up on that. I wrote back in the saddle shoes again, because,
that's what you do.
It's kind of a moniker of the show. Yeah, that was not lost on me, even in my sort of skewed viewing arrangements.
There's some things you just can't miss.
Yeah, my ears just perked up. It's like in a cartoon, dog hears something really loud, his ear gets huge. That's what happened to me. Ear got 5 times as big.
So yeah, Tim and Al kind of get him feeling good again, and he's so good that he's asking out like a producer or somebody who else works on the show, and she looks at him for a moment and then just laughs and laughs and laughs.
Well, you know what, Al, I would say be careful with that, just in general. I think you want to be doing that too much at work, but yeah, she got a kick out of it. For her, it was a joke. He's just not very desirable right now, and I think it's because he's lacking confidence, Jordan.
Well, I think he might get his groove back in just a few moments. Maybe not a few moments. It takes a while to get there.
I think it's a couple scenes, actually, yeah.
It's definitely not this next scene.
Not this next scene, which is... okay. Home. Jill's on the computer. I should also say that I was watching this on Daily Motion, and they had, like, reversed it. Like, I think what they did was they slowed it down, and they somehow, like, flipped it. So everything was being shown...
They put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it?
Exactly right. Everything was being shown in reverse. So I was getting like a weird view of the house and stuff. I don't know what was going on. Again, not optimal. Jill's in the computer. Al is just like hanging out at the Taylor house because he's lonely and just needs support, I guess. So he's like looking over her shoulder, bugging her.
He's hovering aggressively. I thought this was going to go like the online dating route, but it did not.
I did too, yeah. Wish it would have, I think. Might have been funny.
I guess they kind of did that a little bit when Randy catfished that woman.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Well, if that woman's, looking for love still, I think I see a logical connection for Al.
Yeah, I don't remember like what, drew her to Randy online, but maybe
sensitive, I think. Yeah, sensitive and into
seems
literature.
Like something Al would work.
Is Al a literary guy?
He doesn't mention it a lot. I think tools are his thing, and that's about it.
Well, tools are literature of the hands, I've heard said. So, have you heard that? Okay, all right. So, Al mentions he did have a date recently, but it turns out it was just a saleswoman who called and said she might call back. So it's a pretty pathetic state of affairs.
I'd say.
Tim comes home, and we find out Al's been there a lot lately, and he's really outstaying his welcome. Even the kids are sick of it. He's wanting Al out, He says, "Get out of here, Al."
Al is asking Mark how to meet women, so it's pretty dire
circumstances. That is a sad state of affairs, because as we talked about recently, the only time Mark has ever talked to a girl was on that boat.
Yep. And what a glorious, glorious voyage it was.
Much like T-Pain, Mark does his best damage on a boat. All right. Talk about going on the internet. Again, also where I thought it was going. But
he tried that. So I guess they cover what we were thinking. He had coffee with a 60-year-old stripper named Vince. I wonder what chat room he was in.
Yeah, Al, when you're in a 60-year-old male stripper chat room, you're going to meet those types, okay? So
for sure.
Stop acting so innocent. Jill suggests they go to a single bar, or that Al goes to a single bar, kind of gets out. And then I think we head to the No, am I ahead of thing? I have a note about Wilson here. Wilson.
Yeah, well,
take Wilson or Benny, right?
Yeah,
okay.
And they kind of shoo away Wilson. When's the last time we heard of Judith? Is what I'm wondering. I guess she just disappeared.
Judith is gone, but not forgotten.
Okay. Not forgotten, not by us. And then there's a joke about Benny, and Tim says like we're trying to attract women, not repel them.
Fair.
Yep. And Jill says, take Tim. Do it for the family. We get a lot of these jokes, and I gotta say, they work for me. I think they're kind of funny.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in this episode that does not work for me, but...
The premise of this episode, I did not like.
I bet you I know one place you did like.
Well, we'll talk about it later, at the end.
I'm so excited.
They're gonna go cruise for chicks. So, home. Tim's wearing a shirt and tie. He comes downstairs with a shirt and tie, and I thought, man, he's overdressed. But luckily, the episode addresses this.
Thank goodness.
And Jill says he's overdressed. Everybody's talking about it. Even the kids are getting involved in it. They're like, you ready for your big date? It's just kind of weird. There's mention that Tim needs to put on the tight jeans, show off his butt.
His liar, sexy pants on fire?
It's a horny episode, man. Especially later when he meets that woman. Oh, my.
When he meets Donna, all bets are off.
Yeah, she is a Donna. That's for sure. That's it. That's all I got.
This is when they kind of go to Wilson for a second opinion on outfits.
Want to go ahead and... Should we play a clip? It's really good.
Is it?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if there's
I don't
a better
have a
place.
clip later, right?
Yeah, so let's begrudgingly play a clip.
We could just play audio of the bar sounds.
Oh, I wish we could play the pictures, but we cannot. All right, we're playing a clip.
Play a clip.
Okay, Tim, spin for your neighbor one more time.
So, what do you think? He's going out tonight. I want him to look good.
She says I should wear tighter pants for Al. I say I look fine. What do you say?
Well, how does Al like his men to dress?
It's not for Al. It's for the single women they're hoping to pick up at the singles bar tonight.
Ah, silly me. How could I have missed that?
No, it's not as bad as it sounds.
Well, I certainly hope not.
Al's been really lonely lately. He's been hanging around our house way too much. So I volunteered Tim to go with him to a singles bar for moral support.
I think this is ridiculous.
Well, Tim, there is no sacrifice too great to make for a friend. In the words of the very famous wise men KC and the Sunshine Band, shake your booty.
You say it's not your booty.
Actually, Tim, I've gone to far greater lengths to help out a friend. I remember when I was in Japan, my old flame Miyoshi was too ill to attend a cooking contest. So I donned her kimono, applied a light blush, and submitted her spinach wasabi rice cakes to the judge.
So for a friend, you dressed up as a woman?
Oh, absolutely. I walked away with first prize. And a marriage proposal from the vice president of Toyota.
So you see my point.
What?
I want you to go upstairs and stuff yourself into those jeans, and then we're gonna talk about some pickup lines.
I can use the same pickup line I used on you.
I don't think she's really gonna like, sorry I hurled on your shoe.
Yeah. Well, Wilson thinks this is a good idea. The plot idea of Tim and Al going to the singles bar and whatever. Wilson has done much more for a friend. Talks about dressing up as a woman in a kimono in Japan, and you heard all the jokes that weren't funny. And they talk a little bit about pickup lines and whatnot. It's a short Wilson scene. There's not like a lot of advice, but I guess he is giving Tim a second opinion that this is a good idea. I don't know. I'm not sure the other point. I wish Wilson showed up at that singles bar later, just like hiding behind a beer bottle or something.
Yeah, Jordan, that would have been cool. I kind of thought he would show up at the bar/club, but I think I don't know if you saw the deleted scene, but Wilson had actually been banned there for nefarious reasons. So.
After that story, I think I get it.
Casey and the Sunshine Band "Shake Your Booty" joke do anything for you?
I've heard worse.
You're very forgiving. I think
it's been a long time since I watched an episode, and since I talked to you, so I'm just feeling good all the way around.
Don't you feel like this plot in this episode is just so like sitcom-y and contrived?
Oh yes.
I mean that's what struck me. It's just like, man, I guess I don't want to get into overall things, but just at this point in the episode, I'm thinking, man, this is contrived. All right. We're at the club.
And you're laughing.
How do you describe this club?
The camera
opening? It's like
the camera's being like shook around, fast paced because we're hopping at the club. The music is like pretty subdued actually for being club music, but there's like I feel like you got guys pointing with finger guns and cool glasses.
It kind of reminded me of like a 1990s like liqueur commercial a little bit.
A little bit,
a little bit slick. I wonder. I don't know if this is interesting, but I wondered if they actually shot the footage themselves or if they just bought like stock bar footage from like how like you can like buy pre-establishing footage. I wondered if it was something they did themselves or not. I don't know if you have an opinion on that. Because it's just like it's very, very boilerplate like nightlife footage. It's like if you Google nightlife, this would be the kind of stuff that comes up.
This would be the stock footage that shows up.
Is it a singles bar or a singles club?
Who cares?
Well, I think the distinction
you know what it is,
important.
Adam? It's Suki's Shack, I think is what it's
that
called,
what it's
or something
called?
like that.
Okay.
Shuki's Shack or something?
Shuki's Sack, I hope not. Okay, well, because if it's a singles bar, like, I don't know. Also, do quote-unquote singles places exist, or is there like a singles night, you know?
Yeah, I agree with.
Because if you're a bar that just caters to singles, I think you're kind of limiting your audience. I don't know if that's a good business decision.
Yeah, I think they just need to call it like a club or whatever and call it that. But they really emphasize it,
It's dirty, it's raunchy, Jordan. It reminds me of my spring break in Panama City Beach a little bit.
Al is amazed, though. He says it's hip and happening.
The men are hiding. They're Well, Tim's not nervous. Al's nervous. Very quickly, and this is how you know it's a TV show, two women approach them. That doesn't.
Well, first they're looking at them.
Yeah, okay. Two women are interested in them. Fiction, obviously. It doesn't never happen in real life, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, poor Adam.
Hey, I'm doing fine. But I was single for a long time, and I went to a lot of bars, and the number of women, and hey, Jordan, between you and me, I'm better looking than these guys. The number of women that approached me...
Between me, you, and all of our listeners.
You can edit that out. Okay, I mean, who's to say? I guess it's in the eye of the beholder thing.
Feeling pretty good about yourself, aren't you, Adam?
I just went to the gym,
This is when we go on the segue about, like, all of your different bar nights. So how many women did you catch staring at you?
Absolutely not. I think I don't... Maybe women would be looking at them and checking them out, but the women coming over and being so aggressive, it's 2019, maybe it's a different world now, but I had a little trouble buying it.
I mean, after we get to know Donna a little bit, I guess I'm not surprised.
It's true. Donna is horny. Al's into it. They're really hitting it off. You got Kathy and Donna. They don't recognize them from Tool Time, which...
They're the only people on the show ever who have not recognized them.
So they do the old flip the script. We've seen Al do this before, where he...
Double subversion.
How... Is in it's the second one, or is in this subversion happens once and then flips again? I think you mean the second subversion.
I meant the fact that, like, they're the only people who have ever not heard of Tool Time.
Okay, interesting.
But if you want to talk the other ones, it's quadruple subversion.
That's a lot of subversion this episode. Al's the host, Tim's his assistant. We've seen it all before. I'm going to do a bio. Carrie Coleman plays a character
Kathy
named...
or Donna.
What's her name?
Kathy or Donna.
That's what I got to figure out. Which one?
Oh, boy.
Kathy. She plays Kathy. She's best known for...
It reminds me of the episode of Benihana Christmas where Michael doesn't recognize which girl is the one that...
I just watched that, so he marks her. Yeah. She, okay, so Carrie Coleman, she played Helen Stacy, which is Gwen Stacy's mother, in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies that time has forgotten, but were only like 5 years ago.
Less than that, it seems like.
Yeah. People didn't like those, I guess. I like the first one, okay.
Well, they got excited because it was MCU stuff, I guess.
Multiplicity, Jag, 73 credits to her name. She was recently in The Rookie, Jordan, which, catch this, is about a rookie who's not...
I know what it's about.
Who's not that young.
Is it Nathan
Fillion? Yeah, of course. He was Castle. Now he's the rookie. There's a new rookie on the NYPD this year. But guess what? He's 45. Also in The Good Doctor, she's doing the TV rounds. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Rizzoli and Isles, one of your favorites.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, they're a couple of lawyers. Maybe they're cops. I don't know. Liz Vassy plays Donna. I recognized her, and I'll talk about what it was from in a second. But
once your internet works properly.
61 credits to her name. Recently appeared in The Tick, the Amazon version. She was also in the old TV version, so she's kind of like a... Tickologist. Did a long turn on CSI as Wendy Sims.
Oh, yes. I think everyone remembers that role.
Wonder if she ran into our old pal,
William O'Leary?
Yeah. Obviously very close. He's back from Africa. She was also in the Neil Patrick Harris movie, Dr. Horrible Sing-Along. Okay, here's what I recognize her from. There was this show that I've never heard anyone else talk about that me and my dad got really into in 2002, and it was called Push Nevada. Have you ever heard of it?
Never.
Okay. It was a mystery show. It was on ABC. It was created by Ben Affleck. Mind you, like Ben Affleck, weird Ben Affleck time.
Yeah.
After the boom, before the second boom. He's doing whatever. And it was about like missing somebody was missing $1 million, and there was this weird town called Push, Nevada. But like it was like an interactive thing, and at the end of every week they would give clues, and the first person to figure out who on the show had taken the $1 million was to call a number, and they were going to give you $1 million.
Oh.
But it ended up getting canceled. So they ran like the last 3 episodes in a row, and they did give somebody the $1 million. I looked it up, but I really liked that show.
Wow. So what, you and your dad just watched it, you got into the $1 million aspect of it, or?
We just liked the show. I don't think either one of us had I probably thought I was going to win the $1 million. I was 12.
Of course, yeah.
It was.
You were watching that. I was watching Kid Nation. We all had our things.
You watched Kid Nation way later than I was watching this, pal. I was 12. You were watching Kid Nation when you were 18, 19.
I'm watching it now.
But yeah, she was on Push Nevada. She's like third build, so that must be what I recognize her from.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd rather talk about Push Nevada than this.
I mean, it is an interesting concept.
It was. It was. Yeah, I'll give it to him. It was unique. I don't know. The show probably wasn't good. I don't remember, but it was kind of like, I would have known this now, but it was a lot like Twin Peaks, I guess, looking back.
I've never seen Twin Peaks.
Okay, well, move on.
Later at the bar, Al is telling stories and about signing autographs and whatnot. Tim, I don't know if you noticed this, Tim's got a ring on still, so I guess Donna's not really paying attention to that, because she comes on to him right away as he tries to, like, squirm away. And she comes on so strong that she says, like, can I drive you to work in the morning?
Yeah.
I did laugh when Tim said, what kind of car do you got?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I noticed on IMDb that they list him having the wedding ring on as a goof. I don't think that is a goof. Like, he knew that's part of the episode, right?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know that you could call it a goof.
I wouldn't call it a goof. Is like you see like a boom mic or something. I don't know.
A goof is something we covered last month on Patreon.
Oh, man. They're going to have a double date at the exact same spot? That's not fun. They're like, oh, we're going to meet here again soon? Like
double date tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
baby.
At the same bar. Like, go somewhere else. I don't know.
Well, Al would probably take him mini golfing, don't you think?
I bet he would. Yeah, I just thought it was funny. Like, hey, let's meet at the same awful singles bar tomorrow and do the same thing over again.
Are you kidding me? Did you see that opening where the music was like crazy and people were
I think there was
shooting
a pool
finger
table.
guns at each other?
Go to a lot of bars, Jordan.
I'm pretty sure I saw that in the opening stock footage. So.
Oh man! All right. Well, home. Getting ready for the next date. Tim's in a leather jacket.
Oh man!
Now Jill says he looks too sexy. I don't know. This episode really lost me at this point. It's just so dumb. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like it. I don't have anything to say.
Yeah,
it's
she
just
disapproves.
it's so like sitcom-y, just like Jill being okay with him going on this day, like her.
It's for friendship.
Yeah, and like the kids being a part of it and like weighing in and like busting their dad's chops. Like, come on. I don't know. I'm bowing out, Jordan. I have nothing. No,
2020, Adam has gone.
Yeah, I guess I
very
said I was
cynical.
so excited. Here I am. Yeah, Jill says he looks too sexy. Next scene.
That's about it. Yeah, at the bar. I don't know. There's a joke here about how Kathy works for a really interesting company that manufactures spools. Al tells a joke. It seems like they're kind of a match. I don't know.
Spool school.
Yeah, spool school. Tim is ready to break the news right away to Donna. Al is trying to delay that because things are going well. Donna then asks about kids and marriage, and Tim is trying basically to do anything to get her off his scent and says he hates marriage and had a vasectomy and all this stuff. And to her, those are all the right things because she doesn't want to be tied down. She doesn't want anything to mess with the sexual excitement and all these other things.
Yeah.
Tim escapes with Al to the bathroom. And Adam, I think this is your favorite scene of the episode, so I'll let you take it.
I don't want to. All right. Yeah, so they're in the bathroom. What does my note here mean? Boomer thinks they are? Oh. They're in the bathroom talking about the situation.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer. And the bouncer comes in and overhears their conversation and assumes they're gay. Is that the takeaway?
Yeah, I wrote gay joke question
I
mark.
guess. Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, yeah, with what we get later. Yeah, he thinks that they're gay. So, there you have it.
Yeah, he says something like,
for
I hate her touching me, can't pretend to be something I'm
Yes,
not.
thanks for giving me that one. Yep, I appreciate that.
You've done that to me like 40 times,
That's true.
I feel like.
That's true. All right.
Back inside.
Yeah, they're eating the shrimp cocktail from this place. Gosh, they probably got food poisoning. You don't want to eat shrimp cocktail from this place. I don't know.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, yeah, they're really going in on the shrimp cocktail.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, doesn't that just make you feel sick? All right, Tim comes clean.
What did they say? Don't eat seafood unless you're in a state that borders the ocean or something?
Never heard that, but, well, all the seafood we ate growing up, no good then.
I'm allergic, so how do you like that?
You're allergic to seafood?
You're learning lots about me, aren't you?
I mean, yeah, you're allergic to a lot of things. How uninteresting for all of us. All right, Tim comes clean. They are frustrated and they are fired up. They bail. That's basically it. They run off. There's a new woman checking out Al.
Well, before that, Tim is saying, like, he's trying to bring a silver lining to the situation. She's like, hey, she liked you for a while. And that's enough for Al to regain his confidence.
Yeah.
And
what happens
at
the very end?
He's getting another looker. And Al heads over, and she is building forts.
Oh, yeah.
Out of something, which is a joke that he made earlier in the episode that we didn't mention because it's not funny. But the episode thought it was funny enough to include it here. And Tim is left alone, and the bouncer comes and sits next to him and says, so, do you like jazz?
Yeah, because the big joke is the bouncer thought they were gay, but actually the bouncer's gay. So it's very much similar to a joke that happens at the end of the Rob Schneider 2002 movie Hot Chick, which I'm assuming they stole it from this because it's very, very similar.
Definitely worth stealing.
It's not good. This episode is not good. I think that's roll credits fade to black, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you're not. And that's going to move us... Well, what I mean, you usually say episode 161, the dating game, a.k.a. Liar, Liar, Sexy Pants on Fire?
Well, a.k.a. everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Castle's Corner.
I'll start. Yeah, I didn't like it.
No.
I didn't really ever laugh. There were no good jokes. I thought Al was kind of irritating. Like I said, the plot is so, like, fictitious and sitcom-y and grounded in no kind of reality. I mean, you got the whole family is, like, weighing in on Tim's, like, butt and how he looks and him going out with this woman. Jill knows he's
You're
got
probably
a second.
just jealous because you don't have his butt.
A lot of people say I have a way better butt than Tim Allen, including you.
A lot of people. I won't deny it.
I don't know. I just rang really, really false and really contrived. Yeah, no good jokes. I didn't like this one at all. The only thing I liked was the maybe stock footage of the club.
Oh,
or just like the club set. Just like the,
yeah,
that
in an
like,
ironic way, right?
Yeah, that like 5 seconds was kind of funny. But the rest of it was like, and then you get like the bouncer at the end, which I did not like. And the stick that I don't know, like creating a fort out of sticks or something. That whole wraparound is like the big conclusion we're building to. Did not work for me, Jordan, but I think you might have liked it more.
I mean, I liked it more than you. It's not to say I loved it or anything. I did think some of the family jokes and the joke about like Tim saying what kind of car do you got to Donna. I thought they made me laugh, and like you said, the like stock club photo or footage was pretty funny to me. I just found that like, so it didn't ring true to Al's character, I felt like, because this is not the Al that we know that would like go to a bar and like try to pick up chicks. That just doesn't feel like the Al we know. So, you know, maybe if they would have done something where like they do this and then at the end, and they try to do it where they find like a person at the bar who's kind of a little weird and doing something weird and whatever. I just would have liked it better if they went to like a different location and Al finds a woman in a more like natural setting for him or something. But yeah, just it didn't make a whole lot of sense for me in this episode. But you know, you get all those jokes about Tim going to a singles bar. So,
have you heard the saying, "The Al you know is better than the Al you don't know"?
I haven't, but I have now.
All right. Yeah. So basically, you're saying it's one of your favorite episodes you ever saw, or?
I would say it's not number one in the series because, I think Mo Better Blues.
It's one. Yeah, it's one. It's number 2 with a bullet, though. Let's be real.
1A and 1B. Now, I mean, it's okay. It's whatever. It's not great by any means. So, with that, we're going to move on to social media. If you'd like to reach out to us, go to thehomanpodcast.com, Facebook and Twitter at Homanpodcast. YouTube, we're on there as well. I think we're up to 31 subscribers now. So, woohoo? Question mark? I don't know. Whatever.
Yep. That about sums it up, right?
We're so late to the YouTube game. And
you don't think we're coming at the right time?
I just don't think so. But if 1 million people start to subscribe to us, that would be great.
That would be pretty great. Yeah, monetize that. Then you will want to keep going after this year.
Yeah, I'll be making so many videos about where the Home Improvement cast is now.
Dark secrets from the cast of Home Improvement.
Did you know that Tim got arrested?
Yeah. Did you guys know that Tim went to prison? Oh my gosh, what a secret. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Other than that, go to patreon.com/HomeandPodcast where you can get bonus episodes from us every single month or when we feel like it. Last month we did a Goofy movie, as we mentioned. I think it was a hit. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you even listen to it after I recorded it? Probably not.
Not all of it, but I liked what I heard.
You were there when we were recording it, so that's fine.
I was there. I remember how it went down, and I liked how it went down. So all good.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. Adam?
Yeah.
What's going on Twitter?
A lot. I can't remember what the last things that we touched on were. But I will. You tell me if you heard this before.
Okay.
Poll. Are you a fan of Rodney Dangerfield?
No, this is probably the most recent one.
Okay. All right. 19 total votes. 63% yes, 37% no. What do you make of that?
That seems about right to me.
I think that is true to life.
Yeah, I mean, 2/3 of people like him.
Christmas-related content. I tweeted a picture of the Leon Noel gaffe early on in the show. People seem to
What a gaffe.
People seem to like it and reached out. Brett Wright reached out to us, a friend of the show, Brett Wright, around Christmas time. And he said, watching season 3's Christmas episode, Tim says his family is in Colorado. That's not true, is it? Do all his brothers move to Michigan in later seasons?
We've talked about this before, I feel like.
Yeah. I responded with, I think they kind of bail on that. I said that it's because Tim's family in real life was in Colorado for a bit, so it's probably just something they threw into an episode that they didn't stick with. I don't know.
I think so. I think we've talked about that a while ago, and that was kind of the
Well, there's also his
consensus.
brother Steve that never comes back around and stuff, so.
Yeah, stuff happens pretty early on in the run. I mean, season 3 is not super duper early, but still it's relatively early, I guess. And so they just kind of drop that stuff as they need it, just like Judith.
Yeah, you always wonder why they can't, keep better track of that stuff. Especially, you have a brother
Where's the show Bible?
For sure. You have a brother named Steve, and then you introduce a different brother later of a different name. Why couldn't that have just been this guy? It's just kind of sloppy. All right. Other poll. Home Podcast will end in 2020, as we know it, at least. This makes me 29 total votes. 3% said happy. 21... Well, okay.
Those
the options were sad, happy, or a mixture of the two. I have to say that. 3% said happy. 21% said a mixture of sad and happy. 76% said sad, Jordan.
Wow.
I know where you fall.
It's a mixture for me.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It's good to know that people are sad that they would like more, I guess. I just don't know what else we could give them.
Well, Jordan, I have so many ideas. Don't even worry about it. Something that's being brought up on Twitter is Home Improvement still doesn't really have a home right now. It's kind of strange. It was pulled from Hulu. Logically, kind of seems like it would end up on Disney Plus. That hasn't happened yet, so it's sort of nomadic at this point, Jordan. It's just traveling from place to place. It's on CMT, Laugh. I don't know.
Do you think we should get it ourselves?
Streaming rights?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seems like that's our next act.
That's in play, yeah. We could get the streaming rights, and then we could. Well, we've been meaning to start our own streaming service that has this.
We're gonna have that. Oh man.
Well, it's the Hiku, so you get like this for richer or poorer. That episode of Soul Man, just like single episodes of things that people are in. Yeah, I think that would work. Lots of stuff. Still scrolling. You mentioned that the only resolution of the year was to get Tim Allen on the show. Fat chance. Oh, I busted Richard Karn on a tweet where he forgot the Oxford comma. People really liked it. People really liked it. 23.
We're big Oxford comma guys.
We are. Then Benjamin Pope responded to this picture of Richard Karn and his family at Christmas and said that it looks like the old age episode came to life. Jeez,
Ooh,
don't hold back, Ben.
Savage.
God, Merry Christmas to you. And then the biggest thing that happened was a poll that I kind of just put up innocuously here. And it's we've talked about this a lot, but I don't think I've ever asked the audience was, will we ever see a Home Improvement reboot / revival? Like, is it ever going to happen? And what do our listeners think? This is our biggest poll of all time, Jordan. 199 total votes.
Whoa.
Almost 200. So close. Largely because the Karn Man retweeted it, but it was close, Jordan. So, 44% said no, that they don't think we'll ever see one, and 56% say yes. And here's what people said. At Dagobah said, "What do you say, Al? One more salute off into the sunset?" I think the actors love it when you call them by their fictitious names, by the way. I think that's really respectful. Awesome Sauce said, "I hope so, but probably not." Elliot said, "If there was a Tool Time show, starring Al, and they would have Tim show up on and off, that would be great to see." So he wants like a spinoff where it stars Richard Karn. I think he's sucking up a little bit.
And he's like, and I'll executive produce it.
Yes, and I will, right? And get all the money. The J said he'd love to see an HD rescan. All right. Dreeg Dog said would love it. Josh Montague said make it so. I think that's a Jean-Luc Picard gif. I don't know Trek that well. And then Produce Rock says we better. So people are into it. 199 votes.
Just put up that poll every week.
There's more. The Gunny 44 said, unfortunately, Tim would have to put his busy gig on hold in order for that to happen. Not to mention the coordination of everyone else that's still around. And there's more. But I said I don't think Last Man Standing is going to be around forever, and then Tim's going to maybe want to play his greatest hits again. We'll see. I feel like Last Man Standing is already like less like there was such that to do when it switched networks, and now like it just came back on. I saw, and I don't. Do people care anymore? I don't. At least I don't hear about it.
Check the ratings. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to check the Nielsen ratings, Jordan.
Yeah.
What else we got here? That's pretty much it. And then we dropped our episode with Courtney Peldon last week. People seem to like that. So yeah, that was a lot. Twitter, it's the place to be if you're a listener of the show. It's where we
place of the people.
It's where we do all the fun things.
I mean, we're certainly not doing them on Facebook.
It's where we do all the fun things. I mean, yeah, that's because of who's in charge of it.
I've got access to 4 different Facebook pages, and I don't know that any of them get the proper amount of love.
Really? What's the other ones?
One is my author page, which I guess would probably be the most active, honestly. And then
self-serving. How many likes does your author page have? More or less than Home Podcast.
All right, you're gonna have to wait because Facebook seems to be
That's okay.
pooping its pants.
This is worthwhile. Pooping its pants. Oh man, Zuckerberg.
All right. I know you can't tell because you don't have Facebook, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's just kind of spinning. So maybe Facebook is down at this moment.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you know what? Leave it to Facebook to really screw the pooch here.
This is exactly why we do all of our work on Twitter.
That's true. Twitter, yeah, never let anybody down.
Never.
Okay. Where were we? Yeah, Twitter. Good place to be. Lots of fun. I don't know. That's all I got.
We've got 45 reviews. I'd like 5 more, please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One thing to note with Twitter. Sorry, I'm dropping my phone. We did get 800 followers, which is nice. Quite a bit of action in terms of followers of late. We're at 804. And that's, anybody can get a bunch of followers if they're following people, like just doing that whole game of follow, unfollow. But we got a heck of a ratio, and I take a lot of pride in that. So we got a year. Man, 900 followers by the end of the year. That'd be pretty cool.
I think if we hit $1,000, that would be a cause
I mean,
for celebration.
that would be crazy, but anything is possible, Jordan. All right. What else? Anything you want to get off your chest while we're here? What are we doing next week?
Next week, we're going to be covering Bright Christmas.
Man, I gotta say I'm a little burned out on talking about Christmas, but
Holidays and Christmas. Thanksgiving lasted for about a month. Now it's Christmas's turn.
I'll get back into it just in time for next week. So, Jordan, thank you for joining me. Listeners, thank you for listening, and I guess I should say take care.
Take care, everybody.